Hi everybody and welcome back to the SeeSaw. It is Saturday again, which means it's shopping day again. And once again, I've gone to my usual combination of Aldi and Sainsbury's. So I spent £65 at Aldi, I spent another £18 at Sainsbury's, and I got everything I wanted except for vanilla and self-raising flour. Now, our village shop does have flour. They have big sacks of it, so you can just take a tub and they'll put some in for you, and they're selling it like that. So I know I'll be able to get some in the week when I need it. And vanilla, vanilla extract, vanilla essence is just, even the pure stuff, the more expensive stuff, is just not on shelves. Now, I learned a good little trick, which we always have maple syrup in this house, being a half American house hold, and maple syrup, just the same amount of maple syrup adds enough of a sweetness and a similar flavour to vanilla. So I used that this week in my 7-Up cake that I made last weekend. I used a teaspoon of maple syrup instead of vanilla, and it was fine. So I will do that again this week for whatever I needed vanilla for. Other than that, I think I found everything that I needed. Shelves were reasonably well stocked, except for the baking area. Everything else had a reasonable amount of choices. So yeah, I was quite happy with my shop today. So it's now, we're going into the 9th week of lockdown. We are, next week after the bank holiday, we are starting to bring some people back to work. I will still be working at home for a little while, and Tony won't be going back just yet. So we're just bringing a few. We've just been spending oodles of time creating a safe working plan. We have a manufacturing facility and an office, and then another manufacturing facility, and then we have a lot of our guys work out at our customers' homes. So we have to take all of those things into consideration in trying to do a safe working plan. So that's really been about all I've worked on this week with our operations director, just trying to think of every little thing we can to make sure that when we do bring people back in, it's quite safe for everybody. So yeah, it's been quite the challenge. But I will turn you around, I'll show you everything that I picked up today, and then as always, I'll show you our meal plan for the week at the end of the video. So there is this week. I have, as in previous weeks, just mixed everything together, the Aldi and the Sainsbury's. I think it'll be probably fairly obvious which bits I got from Sainsbury's and which I got from Aldi. I was going to go to Tesco's today, but I decided not to because we've actually done really well on our budget this month. I've been right about the £80 mark every week, with most of that at Aldi and a little bit of extra from Sainsbury's. So this week I spent 83. We have got another full week before we get paid. We need to do next weekend, which is the bank holiday weekend's grocery shop. So I just decided to try and maintain my keeping within budget for this month, for this week and next, and just see how that works out. There's not really anything I needed at Tesco that I couldn't get in Aldi and Sainsbury's, so it was just a bit of a change of scenery, really. So the only non-food items I got were my TV magazine, a hand soap, and some lady products. Then I got our usual Kingsmill 50/50 loaf, some wraps, a dozen eggs, some of this fruity water, orange and pineapple for Caleb, and then he really enjoyed having the fizzy pink lemonade last week, the sugar-free. What we've said is he can have fizzy, but he can only have it with a meal, so he can't just drink it throughout the day. A small glass with a meal. And we're still not giving him Coke or anything like that. So I got fizzy orange this week. Last week it was the pink lemonade, and we'll see how he gets on with this. He does like to have, if we go out for a meal, he'll have Tango or Fanta. So he is used to the fizzy orange. So I think he'll quite like that. Then we got the biggest bag of crisps ever, 30 packs. We seem to be eating a lot of crisps. So there are some flavours in here that Caleb won't eat, some that Tony won't eat, and I'll eat any of them if I have to. So I think between us we'll finish that big bag off over a couple of weeks. The biscuit tin is empty, so we've got shortbread fingers, milk chocolate digestives, cookies and cream, and 2 packages of ginger nuts, which are what Tony and I eat. The other 3 are mostly Caleb. I got some of these little tea time fairy cakes just for a little bit of something different for Caleb to have with his lunch plates, or just as a different after dinner treat. Some ranch dressing, or ranch dressing, if I'm using my American accent. I want that for a meal that we're making tonight. I don't usually buy it. It is more expensive. It's Newman's Own. In our grocery stores, that's the only version of ranch I can find. The garlic and herb dressing is similar, but it's not quite the same, and I wanted it ranch tonight, so that's why. Tomato ketchup and some red hot, Frank's red hot sauce. So I don't buy the wing sauce because we find the Frank's wing sauce because we find it a little bit too salty, whereas just the red hot is not as salty, and we use that for everything. Mild and smoky barbecue seasoning, so that's just the powder seasoning. I got a bag of penne. Now they did have pasta in Aldi, but I wanted macaroni ideally, and so I waited until I went into Sainsbury's to see if they had any. They did last week, but they didn't this week, so I grabbed the penne anyway. I've got 4 little sachets of stir-fry sauce, so I've got the sweet and sour and the chow mein. Some beef stock pots, the Quixo brand. I hadn't noticed because they do carry the Knorr stock pots in our Aldi, and they are a lot cheaper than they are in the other stores. But I noticed today that they've now got their own brand. I hadn't seen those before, but perhaps it's just because I hadn't looked, so I don't know if that's new or not. I got a raspberry jelly, so this week I made a jelly mousse, which we used to have when I was a kid, which was whipped up evaporated milk with a dissolved jelly dissolved in just a tiny bit of water mixed through it, and it makes a really kind of firm mousse style pudding. Sorry about my finger there. Mousse style pudding, and I made a strawberry one this week, and so I'm going to make a raspberry one. I've got the other half of the evaporated milk to use up. A jar of Natoka, which is the Aldi version of Nutella. I got 2 cans of sweet corn, 3 cans, 1, 2, 3 of chopped tomatoes. I've got 2 of these Lunchables, just again for something different. The cheese and crackers one with buttons, and the ham and cheese one. Some of the Aldi own brand chicken stock cubes as well. 2 pots of cream cheese, a butter. Caleb asked for some proper little meals to perhaps have for lunches some days. And also, I always like to have something in the freezer that if he doesn't fancy what we're having, it's something that I know he will eat. So I got a spaghetti and meatballs and a macaroni cheese. And then I got, these are the fresh ones, and then I got 2 frozen ones as well. The pork cocktail sausages, our usual apple juice and a large semi-skimmed milk. Ice creams, I got Caleb's usual cones, and then I noticed the spiral lollies. He's had the fruit version of these a few times and quite likes them, but these are cherry cola. Now, he hasn't really had Coke, and as I said, he's not really a fan of Coke. He has tried it a couple of times and didn't like it, but he quite likes cola flavour, like he likes cola bottle sweets and things like that. So I thought I'd try those for him. If he doesn't like them, I'm sure I probably will. Some grated cheddar and a block of cheddar, some Greek-style lemon yogurts. I also got a large pot of natural yogurt, which unfortunately, as I was loading my stuff into the car, I dropped something back into the trolley and it landed on, it was actually a pack of these smoothies. You can see there, it landed on the yogurt pot and split it. So I've put that straight into the fridge, and we will use that quite quickly. A little pack of ham, some grated mozzarella. I got 2 boxes of the smoothies. I was going to get a berry one and an orange one, but they didn't have berry in this week. It is new packaging, but it is the same smoothies that Caleb usually has. And I got another can of squirty cream. I got some frozen stir-fry vegetables. I also have a package of fresh stir-fry vegetables. And these are the other 2 meals. Caleb had this one night this week, and he said he quite enjoyed it. These are like, I don't know, 70p or something in Aldi in the freezer section. So I'm just going to pop a couple of those in the freezer for him to have. 2 packages of smoked pork sausage. 2 packages of pork sausages. These are the regular pork sausages. A package of turkey mince. 2 packages of the chicken thigh fillets and a large whole chicken. On to fruits and veg. White potatoes, celery, carrots and some romaine lettuce. A fresh stir fry. Now I've got stir fry twice on the menu this week. Once with sausage, which I will probably use the sweet and sour for with the smoked sausage. and then once with the chicken and noodles, and I'll probably use the chow mein sauce for that. And strangely, these fresh packages of stir fry say on them not suitable for freezing. Now, I have seen somebody, I think it might be Helen at Right at Home, on the Right at Home channel. I think it's her that throws those in the freezer and seems to be fine. But I just am always curious why they say not to freeze them, because there's no sauce or anything in them. They're just vegetables. But anyway, I don't know. So I've got one to use straight away, and then I got the frozen stir fry veg from Sainsbury's that I can use for the other stir fry day. If you have had any success freezing fresh packages of mixed stir fry veg, let me know, because I'm tempted to try it, but then I don't want to go to get it out and use it and find that it's not very nice. So we shall see. Herbs this week, some parsley and some mint for Licky. We are going to set up our herb garden again during the week. Now the garden centres are open. So we're going to have a separate tub just with parsley and mint in it for Licky, because that sort of feeds him. And then if you remember last week, I bought this. We hadn't had this for a long time. And I said it used to be Licky's favourites. When we first had him, he had one of these every other day, and it was an absolute favourite. And then he just stopped eating them one day. So after I'd finished filming the video last week, I washed one off and gave it to him, and it was like the best treat ever. He got so excited about it. So he's eaten the pack that we bought last week, and now I've stocked him up again, although I'm sure at some point he'll decide he doesn't like them again. He is a bit fickle. A small pack of onions, some cucumber, 2 packages of the mixed peppers, a package of bananas, some seedless white grapes, and some wonky raspberries. So that's everything I bought. Oh, and I did also buy, that's my lemon candle that I bought a couple of weeks ago at Aldi. It really does smell lovely. On the back there, you can see at Sainsbury's, I picked up a pack of compost. They haven't had it for a few weeks. It was only £2. And I've got these that I got from a local lady that grows from seed. Now, my sister does that as well, but she lives too far away for me to get them from her. And these are sweet peas, which I absolutely love. They're my favourite flower in the summertime. I think the smell of them is just delicious, really. It's a beautiful smell. And if you cut them, they just keep growing. So I've got a pot ready. I've got a piece of trellis for them to climb up, but I couldn't get any compost anywhere. So now I've got that, I will get those planted out tomorrow, because they are starting to get quite big and they are starting to fall over. So I need to get them into a pot with a trellis. And this little one here is just some parsley that we've tried to plant to see if it will grow up into a parsley plant. If not, I'll get one at the garden centre when I go this week. So our meal plan for the week ahead. Tonight we're having buffalo chicken pasta with salad. So that's what I needed the hot sauce for, and also the ranch dressing. Tomorrow we're having slow cooked sausage casserole with mashed potatoes. Monday, smoked sausage stir fry with rice, and that will probably be the sweet and sour one. Chicken thighs with wraps, potatoes and salad, one of our favourite meals on Tuesday. Wednesday, chicken stir fry with noodles, and I'll probably make that the chow mein. Chili mac and cheese on Thursday. Friday, chicken and dumplings. It's a simple chicken with herb dumplings dish, which I'll have with some sweet corn and some salad. So I won't need potatoes or anything with it, but I feel like I need something else. So I'll probably have a bowl of salad. The others might not, but I will. And some of the little treats we're making this week, I'm going to make a white chocolate rice pudding. I'm going to make a microwave chocolate mug cake. So I've been tempted to try microwave mug cakes so many times, and have never done it. And I thought it would be a fun thing to try this week to see if it works for us. And then one day for lunch we're going to, or brunch perhaps, we're going to have fried egg grilled cheese sandwiches. So it's like a toasted cheese sandwich, but with fried egg in the middle. Absolutely delicious. That's just a completely not healthy treat for lunch one day. But you know what? When we're all stuck at home, we treat ourselves a few times across the week. So that is our meal plan. Thank you for joining us for this grocery haul, and we look forward to seeing you back here on the SeeSaw soon.